Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of What Did I Get This Week? So this time around we got a whole bunch of stuff from Viz, and then a couple other books and some figures and stuff as well, so we're just gonna jump right into it. Starting with the Viz releases, we've got Kill Blue Volume 8. Once again, nice vibrant colors on the cover here, and on the back as well. Kind of gives me an Easter feel, even though obviously this just came out in August. I think there's 12 volumes total of this series, so being at volume 8, we're getting close to the finish line here. And yeah, looking forward to getting this whole series in print. Then we've got volume 11 of Shoha Shulten, which is the last volume, so this one we can check off the list. Great series all around, and I was very satisfied and happy with the ending. I really enjoyed reading it every month. I'm not sure how much someone would enjoy it if they weren't familiar with Japanese humor at all, since it is a little bit different. But I thought it was pretty funny, and all the different routines and duos all had their own unique feel and style to them. The series really is a great example of those non-battle battle shonen. And of course you have the great art by Obata, although it is more on the cartoony, exaggerated side for the series compared to something like Death Note, you know. With a series like Bakuman being kind of somewhere in the middle. But yeah, really fun series. Obviously anything from Obata I'm going to be interested in, but I hope we see more from Akinari Asakura as well. I think they're a novel writer, but you know, clearly they can write manga as well. Then we've got volume 26 of Undead Unluck, which is the penultimate volume. And I never actually noticed this before, but it looks like the last two volumes are going to combine for one big picture of all of our main characters, which is always a lot of fun when series do that. This is a series I'm definitely interested in rereading someday. I literally picked it up with Chapter 1 and read it every single week all the way through to its conclusion. And I do really enjoy reading things ongoing. I think it's a lot of fun. But when you're keeping up with as many series as I am, you know, certain details, certain events, characters, all that can get hard to remember over time. So basically what I'm saying is, if I read the series, I think I would probably like it even more than I already do. Next up is volume 17 of Akane Banashi. And I think this series might have my favorite covers and color pages in Shonen Jump at the moment. I mean, all I really need to do is just show you this cover here and kind of prove my point. But yeah, every single color page in the magazine too, really well done. This is one of those series where we're definitely going to need an art book here pretty soon. This volume picks up right after the time skip at the end of the previous volume, which I think is where we really start to get into the core of the story, with most of the major players and plotlines and stuff already established. At this point, it's just a matter of continuing those and you know, wrapping them up, paying them off, things like that. Which, for Akane and Kaise here, literally just happened. So, great stuff as always from Akane Banashi. Next up is volume 20 of Dandadan. And with this volume, we're finally out of the Cursed Trunk arc and onto the mini Momo adventures. This volume introduces us to Yukishiro, who grew on me pretty quickly, especially after her last appearance with the class president. But if I'm remembering correctly, those two are not really in a great spot right now after that arc, so it'll be interesting to see how some of these characters develop. And what happens with their powers and whatnot, if they can get them back. And what's really going on with all these different villain groups, specifically Count Saint Germain. He's still pretty mysterious, even at this point. Also, really fun, cute coloring here on the back. Kind of done in the same style, I think, as the Chainsaw Man volumes, which is interesting. Then we've got volume 5 of Rai Rai Rai. And still haven't started this one, but art looks great as always, and like the other volumes, we got some cool looking alien guys on the back. But yeah, I really need to get to this one at some point. Moving on to some signature series releases, we've got our monthly Kingdom volume. This one's volume 10. And I know we're not at this point in the story yet, but seeing the king in his gold and red armor here always reminds me of the speech that he gave at Sai. I'm not sure what that city would be called with the Chinese reading, but in the scans that use the Japanese pronunciation, it was Sai. Anyway, really amazing arc, and that was like one of the best parts to really cap things off. I am now caught up on Kingdom, which is pretty exciting. Really, really amazing series. I can see why so many people were recommending it back in the day. I guess I am kind of glad that I waited this long because having to wait week to week through some of those longer arcs would have been tough. It was nice to be able to read it at a brisk pace and keep everything fresh in my mind and all that. But yeah, now that I'm caught up, we're right in the middle of another giant arc. Has potential to be one of the bigger ones in the series, so definitely looking forward to that. Not looking forward to the wait though, but that's part of the experience. And then there is Volume 3 of Cantauria, still not sure, and still have not started this one. And then for our last signature pickup, we've got Volume 6 of Dogs Red. Again, I don't really have any interest in hockey. I know the basic rules, and that's about it. But this series is still just super engaging, super funny, a lot of unexpected twists and turns in typical Noda fashion. If you like sports series, just generally speaking, highly recommended. And then for our last Viz release, we've got Volume 6 of the Vagabond hardcover deluxe edition, whatever they're calling it. I think this is the halfway point. I remember I did the math at one point, and I want to say there's going to be like 12 or 13 of these volumes, because they should be, 3 per hardcover, and there's like 30-something volumes of Vagabond. So yeah, somewhere in the like 12 to 15 range as far as how many of these we'll get. Vagabond is another one of those series that I want to reread since it's been a while. And despite it potentially, never being finished, I do think it stopped at a pretty good point. It's not like a conclusive or definitive ending by any means, but I think it's still a masterful series and well worth the read. Then for some other publishers, we've got one release from Square Enix, which is Volume 11 of Demons of the Shadow Realm. Still really enjoying this series and loving the anime adaptation as well. The last episode really blew me away with some of those scenes and some of those cuts. But the manga is great as well. This volume ends with one of, if not maybe my favorite chapter in the series. Won't show it because it would be like major spoilers. But great stuff, and really looking forward to when the anime eventually gets there. Probably season 2, maybe 3, not sure. But hopefully we get there eventually with the Bones adaptation. Then we've got our monthly Blue Lock volume. This one is 33 with Loki on the cover. Really interesting collar piece and chain and stuff. Really cool looking. With this volume, at long last, we have the end of the NEL. Well, there's like a couple other chapters, but the end of the last game in the NEL. With this iconic page. Great in context, great out of context. Yeah, amazing stuff from Kaneshiro, as always. And then rounding out the manga pickups, we've got Volume 9 of Tank Chair. Again, haven't started this one yet, but it's always interesting to see what the covers look like. I feel like they haven't really given me a great idea of what the series is about, but I don't mind that at all. I kind of want it to be a surprise. But yeah, interesting stuff. Looking forward to checking it out. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Then we've got a couple more things, including my SDCC pickups from Jada. So that's going to be this Street Fighter II You Lose accessory set. So basically the beat up heads for every single figure in the series, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we got this one. And then we got the one that I was more so looking forward to, which is the Player 2 Akuma. Super cool color scheme with this one. It also comes with some awesome looking like dark Hado effects you can put on his arms and stuff, which is sick. Unfortunately, I couldn't pick up the battle damaged invincible. I really wanted it. Basically what happened is I had their site open, ready to go for when these pre-orders went live. On that first day, I ended up missing out on all 3 of them. They all sold out while I was in the queue. So I was pretty bummed at that point, but then they sent out an email and stuff basically saying, you know, hey, we appreciate all your excitement for this. We're going to do another round of pre-orders the next day. And then on that next day, I was able to get these 2 Street Fighter ones, but yeah, not the Invincible one, sadly. It's interesting because previous years I've had no issues at all getting Jada's SDCC exclusives. But yeah, maybe because they're like more popular now, or more scalpers are kind of like onto them now. I don't really know. But like I said, day 1, everything sold out like almost immediately within 5-10 minutes. And then day 2, I just managed to get these 2 no Invincible. I think I saw a video where they had mentioned, this was at their booth, that they wanted to be able to get that battle damage invincible out to more people, so maybe they'll do some sort of special release of it or something. That would be really cool. But otherwise, I might have to resort to some secondary markets. But I might wait a while to see if the price goes down, because, you know, usually when these things are like hot off the press and scalpers are reposting them, they end up going out for like double, triple the price, which don't really want to pay that. So anyway, rambling aside, the 2 exclusives I was able to get, super excited about them, especially, like I said, this Player 2 Akuma. And lastly, we've got something a little bit different. This is the Ardu Boy, which, as it says here, is an open source 8-bit game console. This thing I learned about thanks to a video by HumbleMud, a super awesome, underrated video game YouTube channel. And yeah, normally this kind of stuff I am interested in learning about, but not necessarily interested in picking up myself. But seeing some of the games and whatnot on here, I just couldn't resist. It looked like a ton of fun. And to kind of crack it open briefly, I haven't actually, you know, really gone through and powered this on yet or set it up yet. I haven't had the time, but yeah, you can see it's super small, super simple, but looking at like what people have been able to achieve with the limitations is super cool. And yeah, cannot wait to start playing this. So yeah, that was everything that I picked up over the last 2 weeks. These are probably the ones I was most excited about. Always happy for more Blue Lock, always happy for more Jada Street Fighter, and then, like I said, the Ardu Boy. Very new to me, but very exciting. Seems really, really cool. So with all that, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see ya.